be at the last minute, want me to do this and that, talk about this and that. And okay, y'all know I work all day long and working almost 9.5 hours a day. Supposed to have a 6 hour job. But I got your little message. I'm ready. Come on in the building. Let's talk about it. I ain't gonna be here long, but we're gonna talk about this, and maybe we might have to come back and do a part two, a part three. When you're talking about money, it can get deep, okay? So I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes to come on up in the building, say y'all little hellos, and then we're gonna get right on into the message here tonight. Talking about money, talking about inflation, talking about recession. That affects everybody. So hey, it's a message that should just travel around the world. Nobody will be an exception to this, okay? It is what it is. All right. I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes because I just hopped on here. I fixed me something to eat right quick. Went in there and combed my hair, and I said I got to come. I got to come on with it because it's just Tuesday tomorrow. I just made one day this week. Hey, Deborah, what's up, Sherry? Hey, ma'am, I'm here. All right, then. We're going to talk about some money tonight, all right? The lack of, how to get some, all that good stuff. This stuff is affecting everybody. The 23, what is it? Recession. Yeah. This ain't my first one. I done been through 2 or 3, so I can talk about them. I can tell you all about them. This is the first one of this kind for me, being single, fixed income, widow, but I've been through at least 2. I can tell you about the 81 and the one in the 90s. I can tell you about that one too. Didn't really affect me as much because I was working, making money, with benefits. And I'm not just talking about a common job. I'm talking about a job that was making money, okay? And had a husband and making money. So you saw things going up, but it wasn't nearly as bad as this time around when people have already been plagued by the pandemic for 2 years, and that's when things started really rising. And then 2 years later, going on 3, you don't see too much difference. You steady see stuff going up. Now, I did see gas prices come down at a few stations on my way home today. Some $2.17 gas in League City. I was like, wait a minute. That's more like it. They're bringing them down to $2. Let's even it out for the holidays right there. Ms.V, give me a good number to play for my birthday. Your birthday? I like 19 myself. That's what I like. I'm not a gambler. I like the number 19. It's always been a good number for me. I don't know what it's going to do for you, Deborah, but you asked for it. You got it. Saying hello, everyone. How are y'all doing tonight? Everybody's lovely. Ain't nobody came in here complaining yet. Hey, Lisa Hill, what's shaking? I keep myself on a budget, and I save more than I spend, and I live below my means. There you go, Sherry. There you go. Especially when you coming up to the holiday period, you already in a recession, whether they've ever declared it a recession or not. Here you see what the prices of stuff is. You know what we doing. You've been there before. If you close to my age or older or younger, you know what this is all about. A lot of people just flitting around here like the grasshopper. They're going to get caught. They're going to get left out too. Talking about they saving money. How you going to save money if you ain't making no money? You bringing home $5,000-$6,000 a month, and your bills are eating up $3,000 of it, and that's putting it on a low scale for bills these days. So that means you ain't got but 2. Girl, I'm gonna tell y'all about some stuff here, okay? So, hey, Pierre, y'all come on in the building. Let me get started here. I'm gonna start at 5 minutes in. That's good enough for me. And then whoever come in after that, hey, come on in. Hit the like button for me on the way in. I'd appreciate that. Hit the doorbell. Ding dong. I'll answer. Come on in. Hey, we here. Hey, Tajista, what's shaking, baby? So this was a subject that I got in my email today that Ms.V, we need to talk about this. I said, okay, we can talk about it. I talk on personal experience, and I'll pull up a few things and see if I can research a few things about it. Because a recession is a recession. Stuff just go up, and your paychecks don't. Okay, So nothing is balanced there. And in life, everything's supposed to be balanced. But in a recession, ain't nothing balanced. The only thing that's balanced is people who have money, a lot of money, where they can go out and buy up things that you couldn't buy on a regular basis. A lot of rent property because people are losing it behind taxes, um, maybe going through a divorce, and neither one of them can't afford it. So they just let it go, walk out and let it go. So if you have money during a recession, you can actually pick up a lot of things and make money. I've done that before in the 80s. I picked up 4 rent houses in the 80s on a guy who was getting a divorce from his wife. He didn't want his wife to get the houses. I turned on the wrong street, asked him for directions on the houses I was supposed to go and see, end up buying his houses. Notes were dirt cheap. He was almost through paying for them. I believe he had 15-year notes back then on those houses. And he had about 7 years left on them. So I was able to rent them out, jack the price up to cover my insurance, my taxes, everything, and still make money. When I got through paying them off, I kept them for about 6 months and I flipped them. I don't need them now, okay? I need to get out of them. I need my money. My daughter going off to college. Those houses sent her through school. They bought a Zuzu Rodeo Edition. They put her in an apartment, and they paid for them high-ass $500, $600 medical books that she had to get. Yep, did that. So it is ways to make money, but you got, like I said earlier, timing is everything. I was at the right place at the right time asking for directions that I thought I was going to and ended up right there. We had that all cornered and signed, sealed, and delivered within 7 days. They belonged to me. I didn't say us. I did that on my own. My husband didn't know nothing about it till I got home. You can do that when you're working and you got your own money. Okay? Hey, Ms.V, hope everyone is enjoying their evening. Hey, Angel, how you doing? I'm listening, putting up my winter shower curtain and thing. Okay, Sting, kind of keep an eye on the chat. We shouldn't have no problems with talking about no money now. If you come over here trolling talking about money, you got some serious issues. You need to go on, get seriously locked down. So let me give you some money saving tips first. I kind of got a little sore throat too. That's why I don't want to be on here too long. I want to go gargle it. So some money saving tips for retention and inflation. Pay down your debt fast. You know, we like to run out there showing all these credit cards and all this stuff we got, but these credit cards got some high interest rates on them these late days, and they need to be paid down because you don't have a clue. Remember the last one? Government shut down? Who would have ever thought it? You work for the government, the United States of America, and you mean to tell me you ain't got a job, you ain't got a paycheck? Ain't nothing guaranteed these days. Pay them credit cards down and cut them up. You don't need them. You need one. Okay? They take MasterCard all over the world. Everywhere I've ever been, they took a MasterCard, American Express. And, you know, a lot of people want to go with American Express, but MasterCard has served me well. I ain't lying to you, okay? Get you one. Get you, when you traveling around, you know, get you the high amount on that card. Well, it can take you to places you want to go. Just make sure you're able to pay that thing off when you get back, okay? And don't go. You're not ready to go if you can't do that, okay? Make meals at home. Stop all this eating out. Food has gone crazy, even at the McDonald's and the Burger Kings. You know, they don't want to give you no change back no more from a 20. You go up in there looking crazy with French fries and a burger. Don't double it and don't put no cheese on it and all that other stuff. Or leave that stuff out. Just eat it plain Jane. And then get you a big old drink like you used to. Okay, get that apple pie. There go your 20. I ain't lying. Okay. Cut unnecessary bills like subscription plans, apps, activities you're not using. Just look around through your house. Go from room to room. What can I do without paying? You'll be surprised. Start looking at what they're debiting out of your account. That's where I started. I don't need this. What is all this? It might not have been but $8, but that $8 added up with that $4, and that $4 added up. Oh, wait a minute. Here, $50 over here I don't need. Here's $100 over here I don't need. Before I knew it, I had $300 or $400 coming back into my account. Stuff you just take for granted. Check the National Average Savings Account, APY, against what you are using at your local bank. A lot of times, banks ain't giving no good interest on those savings no more. I mean, you put it in there and they hold your money and they make money off of your money. That's basically all they doing. Back in the day, you used to give you a little money on your savings. Now, you don't even see it. Inflation be done ate that up before you even get it out. Talking about savings. Okay, you like I said, gotta have money to save money these days. Where should I put money during a recession? That's a damn good question right there. Hey, Miss Carpenter, how you doing this afternoon? Hey, D. Parson. Put money, where should you put your money during a recession? Is a bank safe? Putting money in savings account, money market accounts, and CDs keep your money safe in an FDIC. Remember that I said FDIC. Okay? Insured bank account, or NCUA, insured credit union account. Now, I've dealt with credit unions ever since I've been with Amoco, and I told y'all I started out there July 1979. And they have their own credit union. I have been with that credit union ever since the month I signed up to go to work there. So we talking well over 40-some years. I don't go in there and ask them for nothing anymore. I pick up the phone and call them. Y'all done had at least 20 loans just in cars over the years. And I ain't never been late. I ain't coming in there signing nothing, talking to nobody. If you don't know by now, you never will. All the money coming in there. So you know what I got. In checks, you know what I got. You might not know other stuff, but you know what's coming in there being deposited to pay these bills. So don't play with me. Okay? That keeps your money safe and in an FDIC insured bank account. So let's go on to the next thing we need to know. I'm going to get to y'all's comments. I'm just trying to drop a little information that y'all can comment to me too. So when I get into the chat, I can read it and we can discuss it. How about that? So how do you thrive financially in a recession? Take stock of your finances. That's the first thing you do. Don't worry about nothing else but your own. Go into your finances. You know what you're making. You know what you got in the bank. Sit down, get your number 2 pencil and a Big Chief tablet and work it out late at night. That's what I do. Forget the computer, okay? I've been working with that a long time. It works too for me. All right? And take control of it. Like I said, my life is nothing like it was last year before last, whatever, years back. It's me now. So I have to deal with what I have in my possession. There is no other income coming in. It cut when he passed away. There are no other benefits coming in anymore. It passed. Everything that I got off of and sold or whatever, I had to find a place to put it to make me some money off of it, okay? It's easy to go broke. If you spend 1 penny over $1 million, you broke. You broke. Because you done spent the whole $1 million and a penny. See what I'm saying? $1 million ain't a whole lot of money these days. With the cost of living as high as it is, a millionaire used to be a 1 millionaire. 1.0 million. Used to be a whole lot of money. Just a couple of decades back. Ain't no whole lot of money no more. When houses costing $500,000 these days, to $1 million, to get something a little bit upscale, a regular house is costing you $300,000 and $400,000. Y'all better get real with me. So you build up your emergency fund. Okay, Ms.V, so how much money do I need in the emergency fund? At least 3 to 6 months. You don't know what's going to happen to your job. If you're working at a job where you are expecting people to come in and patronize you and buy from you, 36 months at least. People don't have the money. If they do have it, they ain't trying to spend it. Not on stuff they don't need. I saw the saddest funeral during an 80s recession. You know how funerals always have a bunch of flowers up there? It was one flower on top of the casket. Nothing on the sides, nothing behind, nothing down front. One. Times was hard back then. We were actually able to go to Amoco in Texas City to the refinery on Tuesdays and Thursdays and get gas. And we were employees, still out there working, making money. That's how tough times were back then. I think that's the toughest recession I've been through. Really. There's something about our license plate. I can't remember odd number on the end or even number on the end that then we had to go again and they went by that. It was crazy. Keep your cash where it's rewarded. If your cash ain't making you no money where you got it sitting there, talking about you saving, how you saving and you ain't making nothing on it? No, you holding your money is what you doing. You just holding on to your money. You're not even enjoying your money because it ain't making no money. There are brokerage houses out there that you can go to. Some of you may not be that familiar. I'm a little bit more familiar with it because I worked for oil and industry for 20 years, which has stocks. You buy low, sell high. That's what you do. You can make plenty of money. And don't let that stock go for a 2 for 1 or a 3 for 1. That's every dollar you got in there times 2. Every dollar times 3. You making grand theft money. Uncle Sam's going to be waiting on you at the end of the year, but at least you made it. He's going to let you keep some of it, okay? You think twice before eliminating other debt. Get rid of insignificant debt. Debt that you really just don't need. It does not feed you. It does not clothe you. It does not drive you. It's no place for you to sleep, okay? What's going on here? This thing says I need to charge up. All right. There we go. I caught it. So don't change your investing strategy either in a recession. Wherever you got it going on, even if it becomes a bull market, leave it alone. Because it's not going to stay that way always. You may see yourself. I saw a lot of people doing this. Back in my 20s, we had invested in Mattel toys around Christmas time. And the stock fell. People were running around there just scrambling, talking about, oh, I'm taking my money out. It's done got down to $40 a share. I said, I ain't taking mine out. I ain't put that much in. I only put $1,000 in. So the worst I could lose is $1,000. If I don't make nothing, okay? That's the chance I took. I ain't know that much about Mattel toys. I hadn't done any research on it whatsoever. I just know it's a toy company. They ought to be making money at Christmas time. I had the bulk of my money invested in the company that I worked for because I could watch their stock on the computer all day long and buy and sell myself. Okay? So they took it out. Right after the first of the year, the stock went up. It went up from 40 to like $65. I mean, $15 on every share. Okay? Don't get scared. You can't. And don't put your money into things you don't know anything about. You go sit down with an investment broker. Let him explain this stuff to you. Only put what you can afford to put in there. Because you still got to have a regular savings in case something happens. There's always them in case, okay? Should I take my money out of the bank during a recession? You keep money in a bank account during a recession, and it will be saved through a FDIC insurance. And then let me tell you how much you can keep in there. up to $250,000 for a single, right? Now, once you go over $250,000, it ain't insured no more. So you better figure out, do you need to go to an investment firm then, or do you need to open up another account then? This is only going to hit $250,000. After that, it ain't insured. For a single. For a couple, it's $500,000. It's safe in a joint bank account. Got that? Okay. So is there anything out there that would get cheaper during a recession? Let's see. I found two things, and I found this to be true over the years. What do y'all think is cheaper during a recession? Okay, I give it to you. Because a decline in disposable income affects prices. The prices of essentials such as food and utilities often stay the same. You're not going to see no big decline in food during a recession. It's going to get scarce and the price going to go up. That's what you're going to see. Every time I've been through this, it was eggs, it was bacon, it was cooking oils, it was this, it was that. They always picked on one thing coming from this country or that country, and we couldn't get it in no more. We could only get a limited supply, and the price went up, up, up. So I saw where travel and entertainment, those are things you don't really need. So in order to keep those planes from sitting on the ground and keeping them in the air, they brought the price of travel down. You may even see that this holiday season if you're trying to travel somewhere. The problem is going to be you need to have somewhere to go when you get there, like Aunt Susie's house or Aunt Betty's house or Uncle Tom's house or Uncle whoever's house, because the motels are not going to come down. They're going to make their money. People got to have somewhere to stay. Everybody ain't got uncles and aunties in all these places they trying to go. You're not going out there and spend $75 to $100 on entertainment if times are hard. You're trying to eat. You're trying to put gasoline in your car. You may have small children. Pampers high as the get out anyway. You still got to buy them unless you're on some kind of government program. Milk, daycare, childcare. We go to a little place here called Gator Academy. Okay, because the school I work at, their mascot is Gators. Okay. And the lady was telling me the other day, this is an after school place where they keep the kids until the parents can pick them up. It is $30 to $40 an hour. So let's say this parent does not get off until 5 and can't make it. Maybe they work inside of Houston and can't make it down south of Houston until 6 or 6:30, maybe 7 because of traffic. It's 2 hours. That could be $60 to $80 a day for 2 hours. They'd be better off to go to find an older senior citizen that's sitting at home and needs something to do, and give them a key and let them come in their house and let the child get off the bus as usual and come on in the house, fix them a little something to eat, help them with their homework, and they're already at home when you get home. I did. I told y'all I worked 35 miles from my home. My daughter was another 12 miles up the road. I wasn't finna pay nobody that kind of money. I already paid child care out the yang when she was little. I worked 12 hours, 4 days a week. So she was gone like almost 4 days. That wasn't cheap back in the 80s. I was paying like $100 to $120 back then a week in the 80s because of the long amount of time that she was keeping her. And I paid her anytime that she kept her, even though she asked to keep her. I still paid her if I wanted to go to the beauty shop, if I wanted to go shopping, whatever I wanted to do on my days off. And she never wanted her to go anyway, so I paid her to keep her. You know, I'm out there working. I'm making the money. Dad working. He making the money. So you pay the people. These are older people on a fixed income. They do that. Is it better to have cash or money in the bank during a recession? Banking regulations has changed over the last 100 years to provide more protection to consumers. You can keep money in a bank account during a recession. Remember, we talked about the FDIC and how much money you could keep in there as a single and as a couple. So it's insured regardless of what the banks do. Okay, they can shut down or whatever. They still got to give you that money if it's insured. Now, if you bank in a bank, you better try to find out if it's insured money there. And that's what I would do. What food to buy before a recession? Because things get scarce. When you get truly deep off into a recession, you go in them stores and it ain't going to be a whole lot of stuff in there, because I'm telling you, the cost of trucking it in ain't worth it. For one thing, and them truckers got to get paid. And that gas to fill up them trucks to haul cross country and shipping it in here down at the barges and all of that, that's money. So somebody got to pay for it. You want it, you're going to pay for it. Get you some canned goods, stock up on your canned goods. They're not going to go bad. It ain't the best thing for us, but we can't be talking healthy right now. We're talking survival right now, okay? Dried fruits, nuts, jerky, any kind of dried meat, dehydrated, you can plump it back up again. We ain't gonna go through it forever. We just talking about a short time, not a long time. They're great to have on hand because they will last a long time. So you can always have something to eat in an emergency and unexpected situations. Okay? What if you can't pay your electric bill? How you gonna cook? You're gonna get out there and do like the cave people did. You're gonna build a fire. You're gonna use your barbecue pit. You're gonna think. Now that's one thing I give us credit for. Black people can come up with some inventive things. Now they won't take it to the next level and patent it, but they can come up with some inventions off the chain. I saw some stuff around here during the storms I ain't never seen before. How people were cooking in the ground and everything else. Okay. 3 ways to get rich. I shouldn't. If I had written this, I wouldn't have said rich. I would say 3 ways to get money, maybe, during a recession. Okay, hold on, y'all. Nose dripping. Invest as much as you can. The easiest way to get rich during a recession is to invest as much money into the stock market as you can. Stocks usually go down during a recession. And if the big companies, Walmart, places like that, they ain't going out of business. And they got enough money to sustain a recession. Okay? So those are not bad investments. I ain't pushing it on you. I'm just saying, okay? Protect your income. Stable income is a key part of personal finance success, including building wealth. Y'all got that? And cut back on your expenses. If you don't have to have it, don't do it. Okay? And you'll keep a stable bank account that way. You'll pay what you have to pay. Oh, and I told y'all about homeowners and car owners. When the guy called me when my car was a year old the other day, I got to go down there and do that for the month of December to cut back on the interest and save me from paying 5 years. And in order to get rid of the note in 4 years, I'm paying half of it on the 1st of December, half of it on the 15th of December, and on the 21st, $100. So instead of having 4 more years to go, I have 3 more years to go. Because I've already made 1 year already. Okay? Just saying. You can do the same thing with your house note. Split it up. You paying off the interest so it's not accruing. That's what's going on there. All right, let's move on down. Then I'm going to get into the chat because I can see I ain't going to have enough time to do this whole thing. This might have to be a part 1 and a part two by the time I get into the chat because I got a lot more to talk about. Can you lose money in a savings account during a recession? All right. Although the government has stepped in to contain the damage caused by the bank failures and ensure account holders can access their funds, inflation and interest rates remain high. I ain't never seen interest rates this high before in my lifetime. Never. Usually they went by your credit is what interest rates you got. Not anymore. They stick it to you. If you got to have it and they know it, they do what they want to. So the threat of a recession persists. Generally, money kept in a bank account is safe, even during a recession. Remember what I told you. Federally insured bank money, okay? Credit unions and banks. Make sure they both insure your money. Don't walk in there and think you go get money out and you didn't insure it, okay? That bank didn't insure it. I don't want nobody crying. All right. So to help prepare for a recession, job loss, and many other financial hurdles, aim to build an emergency fund that covers 3 to 6 months of living expenses. If you're falling behind in debt payments, listen to me good. Reach out to your creditors and ask for hardship concessions. You got that? They got them. Email them. Do what you got. Pick up the phone. Ask for the email number. Put it in writing. Okay, I'm going through a hard time right now. I've been ill. I've been laid off. Whatever the situation is, I need a hardship concession. Okay, sometimes they'll give you up to 3 months. There are all kind of organizations out there that can help you with your rent. I know United Way is a big one around here. They might not pay it all, but let's just say your rent is $1,500. I know for a fact they'll pay $700 of it. Okay. I worked for United Way when I was at Amoco once a year. I collected money for the company from different schools and organizations, businesses, entrepreneurs in the, what county was that? That would have been Brazoria County. Okay. And took it back to the plant. Usually they would give me a check back then, made out on the company name. And all of that money went to United Way to help people with hardship situations, clothing, food, rent, whatever. And they sponsor a lot of different charities around here in this area. Don't be afraid to go to the food banks and get you some food. There's one on this side of town. I got the letter the other day. Is that Dickinson or League City? I'm not sure which one it is, but they're giving turkeys, all the trimmings for Thanksgiving, the mac and cheese, the stuffing, packages of cornbread, cranberry sauce. Just a turkey alone would help out a whole lot of people. Know how high food is? Yeah, drive on through. They have the big trucks coming to all of these churches around here at least once a week. And our church only does every third Tuesday, I believe it is. I can never go down there because I be wanting me some of that Ocean Spray juice they be having in the boxes myself. But it's always at 2 o'clock. I'm working at 2 o'clock. But, all I would have to do is tell the girl that's over it. I know her. We're real close. Save me some juice in a box, and she would. I just forget when we go to choir rehearsal, even tell her. Okay? So I'm going to stop right there. I'm 34 minutes in. I'm going to get into the chat. And I'm going to see what y'all talking about. Okay? I spoke to all of y'all coming in. Let's see. I need some comments. All right. I read yours, Sherry. Okay. Miss Carpenter, welcome back. We can't have inflation and recession at the same time. The inflation will likely cause a recession from people being cleaned out. Our economy is still well based on stock market, real estate, and etc. You're correct. Um, the stock market kind of drives Americans, okay? Especially when you work for big companies, and they're going to have their own stock programs there for you to invest in. Real estate is always going to be good. Anytime you own land, it's money. That's been from back in the day. That's probably all my forefathers could buy back in the day was property when they hit Louisiana. And that's what my grandfather did. My great grandfather, that's what he did. He bought up some land, okay? It was dirt cheap back then. He was making the money to buy it. And fortunately, they didn't have a lot of children back then, like most people did. It was my father was an only child, and then there was like three more, maybe one or two children. So each child ended up with a whole bunch of land, and they refused to sell out to leave it to their offspring. So that's how we ended up with so much property in North Louisiana, is because of the great grandfather. And the grandfather was a very smart man. I told y'all, he and my grandmother owned a little country grocery store that served the whole community out there. And then there was a high school right across the street from the grocery store. Think they didn't make money? They had everything that you needed up in there. Everything. I ain't never seen a building so small, packed with so much stuff. I even showed y'all a picture of it when I came out, and I showed y'all my humble beginnings. I'm a 9-month-old baby, and she's sitting there holding me on the picture. That would have been probably about 4 months ago on a Saturday or Sunday morning. Sherry says, I'm semi-retired and I'm on a fixed income, and I sit down and write down what's going out on bills and stick to my budget and plan. Once I paid bills and buying groceries, I save my money always. That's a good thing, Sherry. You'll never be lacking like that. Never. You'll always be ahead because you're not buying extravagant things. And I did that when I decided to make this last move. I said, I'm going to make this move by myself. I'm not buying anything because I don't really need anything. And if I need something, it's going to be very small. It ain't going to cost nothing. But I've been so blessed since I moved off in here. I can mention something I need or I want. There it is. I was telling the bus driver the other day about a rug. And she told me this morning, she said, look how God working things out for you. I wanted a round rug that was a furry kind of rug to put on this floor right here in the middle between these two sofas. That woman gave me the rug this morning. I told you she lost her husband, and I didn't see it, but the bus driver said that the house is going up for sale because it's a big house. It's a 2-story house, and it looks like it has about 5 bedrooms in it. And it's too much for her and a 2-year-old and her 11-year-old. So I can see her getting out of that. I did the same thing. You ain't no sense in trying to live like you used to when ain't nobody but you. Miss Carpenter, why do people expect what? What do people expect but inflation? They asked for handouts the past 2 years for a stimulus check. Yeah, so now somebody got to pay it back, right, Miss Carpenter? Thank you, Dee. I appreciate that. She says, great information. I'm at the age, if I can't pay cash for it, I don't need it. You get that, Steve? Yeah, you do. All that. Who wants to get up and go back to work if you don't want to? I'm going to put it to you that way. Okay? Nobody. Once you get used to sitting at home, I was sitting at home 13 years. Okay? Cool guy Ryan. Hi, Ryan. How are you doing tonight? Hey, Justin. Ms.V, I don't trust the banks these days. Well, I do. The one I'm at. Because I've been with them so long. And I know I can't put more in there than they'll insure at the bank. So that means I got to go out and get a brokerage firm or open up another account. They got to give you your money, like I said to Jessica. If it's insured, that bank insured your money up to $250,000. Got to give it to you. Uh-huh. They paying insurance on it. They got to give you what the insurance got to give back to you. Um, but now just any bank, all these banks popping up that I'm not familiar with. I've never really dealt with banks. I told y'all that. I'm honest with that. I did with growing up with my parents. There were two major banks in that town, Washita Bank and what was the other? Central Bank. My mom was at one, my dad was at the other. They banked separately. I never asked, but they did. His money went into Central, I believe. Her money went into Washita. She had her bills she paid, he had his bills he paid, and that's the way they did it, okay? Her money was mainly to support the children. His money took care of all household needs, expenses, car notes, insurance, that kind of stuff. The bulk to keep things running around there, okay? Our butts paid back that stimulus check during tax time. No such thing as free money. Ain't nothing never free, really. You're gonna pay for it one way or the other, Miss Carpenter. I agree. Hey, real yo-yo, how you doing? You up in here? My money is direct deposit every month, same here. And I save more than I spend. And I'm very frugal with my money. And I stopped giving my money to my grown daughters. Mine been off my hands since she was 25. If she lives to December the 19th of this year, she will be 43. And she has not been on her mother since she was 25. Now, I had to wean her. I had to cut the apron cord. You got to go. I done gave you everything I could give you, okay? She wasn't happy about it for a long time. I didn't care. If I educate you, give you a 5-year degree, help you with your master's, pay car notes for you, because she got married, she got pregnant while she was in grad school. Okay, I paid the car note for 1 year. You gonna call me and tell me you ain't gonna be finished in a year? That's not my problem. Talk to your husband. I ain't married you. He did. Brother man, you better step up to the plate. Okay? Sherry, teach me to be frugal, please, says to just stop doing it. If you don't need it, it's easy. I don't buy what I don't need anymore. Okay? Like I said, when I came in here, I hadn't gone clothes shopping in almost 3 years. That's unusual for me. Every Friday, baby, I was over there at Baybrook Mall. When I left work, car went straight there on its own. I ain't have to do no turning or nothing. It just guided me on up in there. Dylan, see how I come. Shop. Bought me something to wear to church on Sunday. Bought me some new shoes. Went and got my hair done. Went and got my nails done. Yeah, that was a must. I was in the beauty business. I had to come correct. I don't do all that no more. I don't have to. I can polish my own nails now for Sunday. Okay. Sherry, teach me. Okay, I read that. Hey, loving me, Tracy. How you doing, sweetie? Thank you for coming over and chatting with me tonight. For gas, Ms.V, odd and even days. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, but we were actually going into the plant in Texas City, the refinery where they haul the gas out from to different places, okay? And getting the gas after it was actually refined there at the company. That's the gas we were getting, okay? All right, yo-yo, you gone? Watching the movie from the bushes, Sting, peace and love to you. Okay, yo-yo, see you later. My kids have educated fund since they were born and growing 20% every month. That's a good thing. It is, because it can be very costly. I paid off my student loans before I was 30, and now I need to learn how to save better. Yeah, you should have took that money you were paying off your student loans with and kept saving it. Imagine where you'd be, Tajisti. Hey, Miss Lee, before stopping by to hit the like button, I appreciate you. Sandra McHenry, hello, everyone. Baby, just got home. Did anyone have salad? Don't forget the cucumber. I got some cucumbers in there. I need to eat, okay? And not do what you was talking about up in here last night. But I think I got 3 cucumbers. And if I don't eat them this week, they're going to be wasted. And I hate to waste food as high as it is. Okay. Hey Trisha, how you doing? Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. Buy dry foods for a recession. Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Ramen noodles, barbecue grill. Now that's something. If I eat those things, that little packet that they have in there, too much salt in it for me. And I don't want to be messing up my blood pressure. I just take the seasons out the cabinet and put my own in there. I don't use that little packet. Uh-uh. But that'll work. To just for real, I have made complete meals on the barbecue pit. We did. Sting know in this area we use the barbecue pit during the storms. We cleaned out the whole freezer. I have done breakfast on the barbecue pit with a cast iron skillet, made a fire down bottom, and cooked bacon, eggs. uh Got another cast iron, put some butter in there, made me some toast. Got me a boiler put up there, cooked me some oatmeal or some grits. I have even done pancakes on there. Yeah, you just need some cast iron skillets. That's what you need. Something that can hold that heat when that flame get up underneath there. Go and cook your food and get off of there. I love this knowledge. I hope you feel better. Thank you, D. I appreciate that. I'm trying to get to the doctor. I tried to get into my doctor today, and they said that they had two doctors that were out. I didn't ask why. So they told me to go to urgent care. But then I didn't have time to get over there before time to go back to work. So tomorrow, I know at 10 when I leave work, I'm going there tomorrow. Because for some reason on this side, my throat is a little sore. Miss V, don't forget love. I would keep peanut butter sandwich. I know that's right. I can do 10. Oh, it jumped jars in the cabinet. You better talk, Miss B. Peanut butter and jelly last me. Baby, I could live off of that a whole week right there. You learn when you live in certain areas that you're not going to die just because you got to eat peanut butter and jelly. I liked it as a kid. I like it now. And it's healthy. It'll keep your tummy full. Get you some water and back it up. Yes, indeed. I cut off my cable. Let's say best decision ever. A smart TV gives you more channels. Yeah, the TV that I'm gonna buy for up there, I ain't gonna need no cable. We have, what is it, Xfinity here, and I got that Wi-Fi, which ain't all that good. So I figure that cable ain't gonna come in all that good with all these cinder block walls and concrete poured down in them. It ain't gonna be no better. So I just go with whatever the smart TV give me. And one of those in there, the one in my bedroom is a smart TV. I think the other one that I'm gonna put out on the balcony is a little bit older. But my sister was telling me that you can get a box and put on it and bring in everything on it that a smart TV got. She takes hers from upstairs to downstairs. I said, Tasha, now why don't you just get one for upstairs and one for downstairs? You talking about somebody a penny pincher? That one. Hey Evelyn, how you doing? I mean, I got 10 jars of peanut butter in the cabinet. I ain't bad at you at all. Now, the one peanut butter I don't like the one with the jelly already in it. Let me put my own jelly on there, okay? I might not want jelly in there. I might want honey on there. You never know about me, okay? I don't care too much about the jelly in my peanut butter already. Just I need the creamy Jif. That's the kind I like, okay? I don't want the crunchy nuts and all that. Got to be. I don't want to do all that. Remember, sometimes you will have an unexpected expenses like cell phone or car expenses. Things happen unexpected, and you will need money to make a purchase unexpected. That is true. I told you about them what ifs and them things that just pop up a flat. You wasn't expecting. You just ran over something. Uh-huh. Uh Beckley Ripley House also, Miss V. Yes, thing. Do the hardship concessions count against your credit? No, they don't, D. No. You already in a hardship, so why they gonna turn around and count it against your credit? They just add the interest on. That's what they do. Okay, that's how they get you back. Whatever interest you didn't pay that money just goes to the next month. Okay, so it makes the bill a little bit higher on the end, but it does not go against your credit. Remember, Ms. V, I take advantage of all the government agencies. Yeah, you told me that thing. Okay. All right. Yes, United Way will help, and Baker Ripley and your local church and food banks and social services. Right, Sherry. Hey, Holistic, how you doing? Okay, I'm trying to get on down. Well, I just retired last year, Ms.V. Oh, really, Sting? I didn't know that. Good for you. Baker Chan, hi, how you doing? Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. Princess in the building. Okay, where are we? Holistic. Great topic, Ms.V, because you never know what can happen. I went from 6 figures to 75% on short-term disability. Been there and done that. Fell off a rail car back in the early 80s where the company employees had to go out and take the jobs of the contract employees. Mine was washing rail cars. So I'm up on the top of the train with a water hose washing out the rail car for them to fill it with pellets, plastic, or whatever they were going to put in there. It was raining. I had on tennis shoes. My feet missed the rung and I fell down and hit the lower part of my back, the L4 and the L5 disc, and went from bringing home back then $3,000. Were we getting paid every 2 weeks or every week? I think we started off getting paid every week and then we went to every 2 weeks. So that must have been every 2 weeks. It was about $1,500 a week that you were bringing home to disability for a year. Sure did. And then they came out with those papaya injections right along that time. They were doing them in Europe, but I went to the Southwest Freeway to Herman Hospital over there. And this guy had already went and specialized in doing them. I never had another problem with my back since. I have the discs. They did not cut them out. They injected them on a x-ray. They will look shrunk. They don't look the same size as the other one. Okay, if this is the regular size, the shrunk one will look like this size. They're there. But it had me to the place I was walking like an old lady. I was 20 some years old at the time. I couldn't even take care of my own child. I had to send my child to Louisiana because I couldn't even straighten up. It hurt to sit down. It hurt to lay down. The discs were jamming together. Yeah. Holistic say great topic. Okay, thank you, Holistic. And a short-term disability and had to withdraw from my 401k until I got approved for disability benefits. It can happen. You can be on top of the world one day and fall down just like that. Yep, it can happen. But it really only bothers people who get out and work for a living. If you're not used to getting out there, punching a clock or, sitting at a job all day long and going through what real working people go through, you're not going to understand this. Not at all. It's over your head. You have to been there to know that. Sandra, I'm already eating my cucumber for breakfast. Now, there you go, Sandra. Worry about them cucumbers again. Yes, ma'am, that's how we cook on barbecue. Yep. I did a mini meal doing, who was that? Harvey on that pit. If Carolyn was in here, she could tell you because her husband was there. He'd come over every evening because he said, I know y'all got some cooking going on over here. Yeah, may his soul rest in peace. He's gone on now. Zoe Ann, you are so pretty. Thank you. I appreciate that, Zoe Ann. Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. Yes, Sting, I like eating dry cereal. Oh, I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. Some of the foods, okay? Because we're going to have to do a part 2. I'm coming up on an hour now. But some of these countries that send in cereal, like I think it's Ukraine and Russia, send 20% of the dry cereal into this country. You already know how they feel about us. So you know whatever they going to send, be ready to pay double or more. Okay? Let me get on down so I can get off of here, go get my shower and get in the bed. I've been putting up emergency food for over 2 years with the expiration dates like 2025 and 2027. I think my pantry is good too. And like I said, Thanksgiving week, I'm going to go on out there and get my freezer so I can have me like a little backup. I'm not really too worried about food because my sister has 2 freezers down there and a side by side freezer, and it's full of food. And her house has dwindled down now to just her grandson, her husband, and her. All the kids have gone now. I cannot believe it. It used to be so many kids in there, his children, her children, their children, and it's down to one grandson. I love eating oatmeal sometimes for dinner. I eat breakfast for dinner. I don't have no problems with that. Okay, Zoe. Good night, everyone. I don't like this time change and sleep in heavenly peace. You too, Sandra. Watch them cucumbers, darling. Okay, let me get on down to the bottom. You eating popcorn, Zoe? Okay, I appreciate you coming in. Blue Shadow Gaming. Or you come from Disney World because you are look like a Disney princess. No, baby. I wish that I was and had the Disney money. But anyway, I thank y'all for coming in and chatting with Ms.V tonight. And I think I'm going to come back with a part 2 because there's much more I want to address on this subject that I know it affects everybody, okay? We all gotta eat. We all gotta buy basically the same things in life to survive. So maybe tomorrow night I'll try to do another hour, see if I can bring it all together and finish it up. Appreciate y'all coming in, hit the like button, subscribing to the channel. I hope you've enjoyed the live. Thanks to Miss Lady who asked me to do this tonight. Y'all, it's been fun, but I gotta run. Talk to you later. Much love to you. Good night.